Thanks for dropping in. In this video, Windows locks me out from even installing it, I install Linux instead, and I give away a free PC. YouTube, and the internet generally, is full of advice on how to get a cheap PC, particularly a cheap gaming PC. And this advice is to go onto your favourite marketplace, whether that's eBay, Gumtree or Facebook or any other, and buy a decommissioned office PC from the likes of Dell, HP, Lenovo, etc. It's then generally as simple as throwing in a graphics card and SSD and you're good to go. The PCs nearly always have an embedded Windows license as well. I myself have recommended this approach multiple times. However, I recently came across an unseen danger in this approach, which is actually a deal breaker when encountered, and this is Microsoft Autopilot. Now, as I understand it, when an organisation gets a new PC, they can choose to register its ID with Autopilot. This means that whenever Windows is reinstalled, it auto-configures to the organisation's requirements and settings, meaning that an IT person doesn't need to manually configure every PC, they don't even need to be around for a complete Windows reinstall. It also means software updates and configuration changes can be automatically rolled out to all or a subset of PCs within an organisation. I also believe that these PCs can be automatically deactivated etc. by the organisation in the event of a theft etc. So useful for mobile PCs like laptops. All good up to this point, but what happens if an organisation forgets to delete a PC's ID off its Autopilot database when a PC is retired? I recently bought an old HP workstation from eBay. It all worked and was all good. It came without any storage, so I whacked in an old hard drive and installed Windows 10 version 22H2. Now usually with Windows 10, if you're not connected to the internet, it either sees it as a pre-built and has a license and just installs, and once installed and connected to the internet activates itself, or it asks for a key, at which point you can either enter it, or say you enter it later and Windows installs anyway. In this instance, a bit like Windows 11, it insisted on having an internet connection, and then took me to a sign-in page personalised to the organisation that originally owned the PC, with no way past. Here is Autopilot in action. The PC knew to do this without any internet at first, so there must be something saved onto the PC's hardware to activate this. Now either the organisation has forgotten to remove the PC's ID from the asset list, which is the most likely, or they may have accidentally disposed of it, or it could even be stolen. So as the organisation's name was being directly given to me, I contacted a couple of people via email to A, make sure it wasn't stolen and offer it back if it was, and B, if all okay, ask them to remove it from the Autopilot scheme so I can install Windows. However, over a month later and I still have not heard anything back. I've discovered that by using an early version of Windows 10, I have a retail USB with version 16.07 from 2016 on it, Windows installs just fine without question and even self-activates from the embedded key. However, I'd be worried about using it like this, as once it updates to the latest version, I have a feeling Autopilot would kick in, and I guess it could be theoretically deactivated or updated by the organisation. I also couldn't sell it on, because when the new owner went to reinstall Windows, which of course you should always do with a second-hand PC as you don't know what may be pre-installed without your knowledge, they would have exactly the same issues I do. So in this instance, I swapped out the CPU and RAM and sold them, so making my money back, so I'm not out of pocket. I installed Linux, as that doesn't care or look for Autopilot, and I gave it away as a free PC. If the new owner goes to install Windows in the future and hits this snag, well, it was free, so they're not going to be out of pocket. Some may think it was the seller who sold it to me that should sort this out, but in reality it was from a computer recycler who would get hundreds or thousands of PCs. And let's face it, they're going to remove the storage, check it boots to BIOS, and then sell it cheap quickly to clear space for the next batch. They wouldn't have the time to install Windows on each to check for this, and if they did, due to the extra time needed, they would cost a lot more. So in reality, once in a while, you have to accept that you have a Linux box rather than a Windows box. Try to ensure it's legit by contacting a company as I've done, and then just deal with it. Has anyone come across this issue? Have you come across any other hidden problems buying decommissioned Office PCs? Please like and subscribe if you like this video, and let me know any comments below. Take care, and I'll see you again soon.